We
Clap it up. This is the One West News that's bringing all the live news to you. Anything that bringing the breaking news to you. Anything that feels like breaking, we're going to bring that out also.
right.
And like I was speaking on earlier, like Baltimore and all throughout Maryland, we need a professional newscast. It's going to be unbiased. Listen, we're going to bring the news to you straightforward. You understand?
Right.
And we're going to give you that biblical perspective. But why is this important, you might ask? Because we always diving into some news that's garbage. We always diving into VH1 housewives and all this beef here, this beef there. When we going to get the facts? When we going to get the news that everybody else is getting? When we going to get plugged into major international headlines, major local headlines that's not based on gossip and rumors and strife and fights, and like it's other parts of the media that we are not tapped in.
Right. Or we always get caught up in news that has nothing to do with us or doesn't pertain to us.
Exactly.
And the news that does pertain to us, we scroll right past it, so we need to get into something that's about us. It doesn't have to totally be about us, but when things are concerning us, those are the things that we miss the most, especially when they're creating new laws that affects us down the line. That's what we need to be really focused on.
Right, absolutely, I agree. So we're going to be covering several topics tonight, so make sure you paying attention. I'm going to give you this. I want y'all to check this out. This official what's the word I'm looking for? Commercial.
Oh,
that's the word.
Commercial. Official commercial.
God damn, I can't even spit it out.
All right, we're moving up in the world.
We got a commercial for y'all right there. Bear with me real quick. Share screen.
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
We'll be right back after this commercial break. Let me share this with y'all real quick.
Funerals, and we want to cry and weep over what we are already doing in the abortion clinic.
I know what I'm saying. You want to pull it.
Hard to believe, but it's true. Think about it, right? Since 1973, 72 or 73, when Roe versus Wade first kicked into high gear, 20 million black babies aborted.
I gotta repeat some of it. They had a message to Israel last month. Go ahead. They was ordered to take specific steps in this war.
Yep, that's it. Then I can just read it and we can comment on it.
We back, yeah. We back live.
All right.
Back live. The first story we're gonna bring out tonight is, and this happened, another stories going down in New York lately. But suspect charged with murder, arson for allegedly setting woman on fire and unaliving her on a New York subway car. You want to get into this, Matham?
Con. Says CNN, a 33-year-old man was charged Monday for allegedly setting on fire and killing a woman on a New York subway train in what authorities called a brutal unaliving and an example of depraved behavior.
Dang.
A depraved behavior.
Come on.
You understand? On Sunday, and this is important that we listen to all of the words that they use, especially when it comes to describing us in any kind of way. On Sunday, the assailant, identified as Sebastian Zepeda Khalil, a 33-year-old Guatemalan citizen who entered the U.S. unlawfully sometime in the past 6 years, approached the woman without saying a word and ignited her clothes, engulfing her in flames in a matter of seconds. Police said surveillance video appears to show him sitting on a bench watching the woman burn as police officers responded.
Listen, this is hold on. Let me mention something real quick. This here is the nature and the customs of a nation that we want to be a part of. Yeah, he might have been from a brother nation, but these are characteristics that he picked up from another nation. It's either that or there's a mental health issue.
Right.
That's not normal behavior. Is it that the system? Is it that the medical health field is failing people that are in this country, or is it that we try to mimic and copy the oppressor?
Right.
It could be twofold here. You understand?
Definitely.
Who knows? But nonetheless, this is the second person, and I think in the past 2 months, somebody just got the Marine just got acquitted, right?
Yeah.
From unaliving a brother that had a mental health issue. You understand? Why is that not being addressed? Why is that being swept under the rug? You understand? Any more on the article?
Come, sir.
Anything you want to speak on?
Well, this is the way they treat us. You understand what I'm saying? It's clear that the brother had some kind of mental issue because he sat there, didn't run, didn't leave the scene while the police were trying to put the fire out. So it's clear that he had some kind of mental issue.
Exactly.
I just want to see what they're going to do down the line and see how they're going to approach it and see how they're going to, express what they feel over the news. You know what they do to us. Exactly. You understand? So we're going to see what they say. Just like if it was an oppressor's child, unaliving, children at a school, like we saw last week. You understand? If you notice, they never put any of those pictures on the news. You understand? And if it's us, they put those pictures on the news. So I just want to see how it looks, how they act when they go down the line and see what they do. You know what I mean? How they, carry out people. You understand? So let me see. It says Zepeda Khalil has been charged with first and second degree murder and first-degree arson, according to the New York Police Department. We can't say that.
Say what?
Murder. I said murder.
Well, you can say unalive. That's fine.
I made a mistake. Yeah. The depravity of this horrific crime is beyond comprehension, and my office is committed to bringing the perpetrator to justice. This gruesome and senseless act of violence against a vulnerable woman will be met with the most serious consequences. And this is what trips me out, right? The same thing happened to that brother that the oppressor choked out on the subway a couple of months back. You understand what I'm saying? Now, nobody talked about bringing this perpetrator. You understand? And the brother was, what did they say? What did they say right here? Someone who was a vulnerable. You understand? When a person is vulnerable, when you have 3 or more people holding this person down and you still unalive them, when you take the life from them, when you choke somebody out, choke somebody to death, that's a vulnerable person. Think about it, right? If 2 people got your legs and one person got one arm, somebody else got the other arm, and somebody's choking you out, that's a vulnerable person. But they didn't think about that when they talked about when their people unalive somebody. You understand? Now I know. Now they don't say what the sister was. Right. You understand? We don't know what the sister was. But in any case, you understand, that person that unalived that man on the subway a few months back, he was vulnerable too. But they made him look like a hero. Didn't he come to that Army-Navy game with Trump?
Man, a known unaliver.
Yep.
Getting publicity.
Yeah, how about that?
Getting pushed to the forefront, just like Kyle Rittenhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Rittenhouse and this ex-Marine, they're the same people.
Definitely.
They're the same. You know what I mean? But as soon as a person from a nation that is not desired, that's in the scriptures. It's obvious and plain to see that we don't get that treatment.
Right.
We don't get that favoritism in the courthouse. Like we brought out last week, it's a false balance. This justice system, a scale or a balance is supposed to be accurate and fair.
Right.
But we see how unfair this nation is. We see how the lack of compassion, the lack of empathy towards particular people and towards another.
Right.
You understand? One nation can claim a state of insanity and be put in a war. Another one, he's a cruel this, he's a cruel that. No mental health. He knew exactly what he was doing, X, Y, and Z. The brother that the Marine killed had a mental break, had a mental episode.
Right.
But he's only trained to unalive, not to de-escalate.
Right.
Here in the school, we're trained to de-escalate. And here in the Israelite school, UPK, our men are trained to de-escalate a situation so a brother or a sister doesn't have to be unalived.
Right.
By the police, doesn't have to be, put in a situation where they lose their life. Like these departments they need the ISUPK.
Definitely. Yeah.
We brought it. We bring this out every week, every camp, every public speaking. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Exactly.
They only my bad, but I'm better.
Hey, listen.
I'm better goddamn teach a class.
Everything gets multiplied, especially when we get around their unholy holidays.
Mm-hmm.
You understand the atrocities go up. Yeah, it's that is the Christmas spirit.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? We get so caught up in these holidays that we begin to become them. That spirit rubs off on us. You understand? Then we'll do anything, you understand, to get a gift for a loved one.
Exactly.
You understand? A wife, a child.
Exactly.
You understand? We go to the point where we start unaliving our own just to satisfy somebody at home, just so we can be as the oppressor. And we got to also think about what you said. You said it earlier. You made a great point when you said the thing about justice is blind.
Right.
We got to also understand our oppressor uses words in a particular way. Justice is blind. Justice is blind when it comes to us. We don't see justice, just like justice doesn't see us. Justice removes that veil when it's time to judge his own.
Exactly.
So we got to understand and we got to listen to everything. The things that our oppressor sets for us are snares and nets. We used that last week? Yeah, snares and nets.
Listen, it's a never-ending concept.
Right.
It's a never-ending concept. You can see it in the media. You can see it in the courthouse. You can see it in every way, shape, and form in our social world, our political world, and every world that we step in. You understand?
Right.
Any more on that?
It's a Border Patrol encountered Zapita in San Anita, Arizona on June 1st, 2018, and served him with an order of expedited removal. And he was removed to Guatemala 6 days later, according to the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement spokesperson. So, I mean, he was a illegal, right? But we have to also understand that 40% of that 40% of the industrial workforce is illegals. America knows every illegal that is here in America. America allows illegals to come in so that they can use them at their will. Extort. Now,
my class for next week, my class, if I could
go ahead.
My class for next week, I'm going to be bringing out inflation versus extortion.
Right.
What's going on in America is not inflation.
We are being.
I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna just be clear. All the prices are going up. It's because of Listen, America has oil.
Right.
We think because everything, but we can bring out the oil. We can bring it out in this class tonight if you want to.
It's amazing that you brought that up because think about it. America has a lot of oil. But
can I say something real quick before? I know you better go in. I know you better
go ahead.
Before you blow up.
Go ahead.
People think because of the war in the Middle East that we're being gouged by foreign entities. America is not being gouged by foreign entities. You're being gouged by America.
Right.
The gas prices are up because of America.
Yep.
The prices are up because of greedy corporations. America and these corporations, they don't even give a damn about their own people. That's why Luigi going off. We can get into Luigi also.
Yeah.
He just pled not guilty to 11 felony counts. That was one. We're going to have to skip that tonight because we run out of time.
Yeah.
But we don't even recognize and understand the severity of this people. They are so cruel, not only to the other nations, but they're cruel to their own people.
Exactly.
Their own people are better off with black people in authority than them.
Exactly.
I mean, how sad is that? See, black people are like, we gotta messed up. We think we better off being a subservient to this nation.
Under the rulership.
Right, under the rulership, madam.
Yeah.
We think we better off. Meanwhile, it took us a decade to get on our feet after slavery.
Mm-hmm.
A decade? A decade.
Well, think about this, Cap. I don't mean to cut you off, but
please, I know you said, flow. Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Think about this, right? Let's just give them 1865, right? In 1865, so-called Emancipation Proclamation. In 1866, they created black codes. They created these black codes so that they could legally put us back into slavery and not have to worry about anything. Slavery was legalized again. In 1865, 75, and 1885, all of those black cities and towns were already being built. You already had black colleges. We had black cities and towns. By the 1900s, we already had millionaires. We had that in the 1885s, already had millionaires. They understand who we are. They understand the power that is in us. They understand what we bring to the table. The problem is we don't understand what we bring to the table.
Right.
We don't understand what unity. That's Zephaniah 2:1. Gather yourself together, O nation not desired. The problem is we don't understand that we are a nation of people that are not desired by our oppressor. That's why we in the condition we in.
Right.
You understand?
And if I could add to what you said, before coming into the school, right? Sometimes I don't like to show my age.
Right.
Sometimes I got to. But there are generations. I put it this way, there are generations that don't understand what a black city is. Right. What a black neighborhood is. What it is to lean on one another. Right. To rely on one another. Generations today, Generation X, millennials, Generation Z. Right. They've never encountered a black corner store. You understand that? Like, that's the reality of right now. Right. Millennials, especially the late millennials, have not experienced a black corner store. Right. When that was a normal thing in your community, not just Baltimore, Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. Shout out Louisiana in the chat. Shout out Mother Bar down there. Those things are not a normal thing, right? For the past, I say 3 generations, right? Generation Z, the millennials, and what's the other ones? I forget. I just said it. X. Generation X. All these 3 specific generations are so far removed of blackness, right? A black neighborhood with brotherhood and businesses and hospitals and schools and libraries that were owned and operated by us.
Yep.
And when I say us, I'm talking about Hispanic too, because they was oppressed along with us. Native Indians also, they was oppressed along with us. We can't even grasp or comprehend how a nation can be separate from the oppressor.
Right.
That's the psychological damage that this beast has done to us. That's the psychological warfare and tactics that was done. That's why integration was pushed forward.
Right.
This ain't checkers here, man. This ain't checkers. Ask them ask Iraq. They better put up some Christmas trees in the middle of the desert. You understand? Ask Iraq, ask Afghanistan. They better put Christmas trees up in the middle of the desert. Do you understand that?
No, it's heavy. It's heavy what you just brought out. That's what they said. Saudi Arabia, the Saudis have taken on the culture and customs of America.
Right.
They are used to, listen, strippers are against their religion, period.
Mm-hmm.
Women will get chopped up for that. But the Saudis, they have adapted all the ways of America. They do everything. As a matter of fact,
I gotta turn that.
Come on, sir.
Students coming in.
They got people over there that do the exact same thing that we do right here in America. They got strip clubs and everything in Saudi Arabia, which is again in Afghanistan, Iraq, and all of those places with Hezbollah and all of that. That is illegal. They call them infidels. Those are the infidels. Those are the Arab infidels. You understand? And you have a couple of Arab nations that have taken on America's customs. You understand? That's okay. Man, that was quick. We got to understand who we are as a people, and we can't fall into the traps and the snares of America. America destroys everything that it touches. I heard somebody say not too long ago, America has that Midas touch. Everything that King Midas touched turned to gold. And eventually that thing that he touched died. Well, everything that America touches dies. Iraq, dead. Afghanistan, dead. All of those countries that America puts her hand on dies. We got to be away from America. We got to pull ourselves out of America. We can't participate in these, especially this wicked holiday that's coming up in 2 days. That's 2 days, right? The 25th, right? 25th. We're going to be celebrating Hanukkah. You know, that's what we need to be celebrating. You know what I'm saying? Just happened this year, just happened to fall on that same day. But we celebrate things in a different way. Salakia, sir, all you got to do is unplug it and plug it back in. That plug that's in the back. No, in the back of it. The big plug. Yep. If you unplug it and plug it back in. Okay. You already did it. Now it's on. Should come in. Yep. America is falling. Babylon is falling.
Right.
You understand? It's just gonna crumble around us. You understand? As long as we're not a part of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's falling quick, man. And I don't listen, man. We so what's the word? The scriptures say we in the neck of thine enemy. We in the backyard. We want to go to the Christmas party, if I could add. I know he's going off for saying, but we want to go to the Christmas party. We want to go to the Thanksgiving party. We want to go. We can't wait till New Year's. You can't wait till your true self come out of that New Year's party.
Mm-hmm.
You can be the alcoholic that you always was at that party. You can overdrink as much as you want. Be out in the alley throwing up. It's going to be a gross sight. I mean, this is what we see every year.
Right.
You better, if you ain't working or slaving, you better protect yourself and your family. from the activities of this world now. So they're gonna what they call it. They call it turning up.
Mm-hmm.
They want to turn up.
It's like we said, boy. The evil activities go up around their holiday times.
Mm-hmm.
So we should expect things to happen around Thanksgiving, around Christmas, around New Year's. All of this stuff goes against what the Most High has told us. You understand? Not to celebrate in their feast days. You understand? Not to participate in it. We feel it hard not to be included. We want to be included. We don't feel right unless we are included.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next article. We ain't got a lot of time, but we're gonna bring out the facts here. I wanted to bring this out. I wanted to bring out Biden's new pardons. Also.
Right. Okay. Let me pull that up.
But health ethics reports finds evidence of, how do you pronounce his name?
Gates.
Matt Gaetz paid thousands for sex and drugs, including paying a 17-year-old for intercourse in 2017. Gotta watch my verbiage on TikTok here. If I could, before I read this article, if I could expound a little bit. This is the nature of these politicians. And your local, if I could, I want to share this screen here before we get going with them.
Okay.
Before we get going with them, I'm gonna share the screen. I'm gonna show the screen to the audience if I could with them. Like we ain't making these stories up. This is real. This is happening right now, and it's all over the media. This is what they see right here. Maybe I should make this bigger for them. But this is what's happened. This CNN is reporting on this. I'll go up to the header here. House ethics reports finds evidence of Matt Gaetz paid thousands for intercourse and drugs, including paying a 17-year-old for intercourse in 2017. This is the nature of devils. This is their customs. White boy wasted. That's what they call it. They call it. Y'all know something. White boy wasted. I think that was an unusual term for that song.
Before you move that, sir.
Yeah, something.
They always say you should never judge a book by its cover, right? But look at him.
If I see a lion in the jungle, I'm not gonna. If I see a lion in the jungle, I'm not gonna say is this a peaceful lion?
Right.
Is this lion gonna purr and when I pet him? You know, go play. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Look at him. That looks like a beast.
Hold on. Yeah,
let's go to him. He looks the part.
Look at him. Hold on. Yeah, that's a
devil.
That's a S-A-er.
Look at the wait a minute.
That's the S-A-er. Wait.
There. But let's go deeper, right? Look at the lady behind him. Look at her face.
Come on.
She knows what he is.
That's probably his crew.
She knows what he is.
That's the S-A-er right there.
Yeah, definitely.
That's their nature.
Yeah.
That's their culture. To S-A into the R word.
But what's crazy is they've been bringing this out for the last 3 or 4 years about him. This is nothing new.
Nothing new. This is their customs. This is their ways. This is their lifestyle.
Yeah.
To be a S-A-er, how little of a man, tiny of a man, that you have to go and take from a child, to take from a woman, to take even from a young boy. A lot of these goddamn politicians, man. This is their nature. This is their culture. And when black people are in authority, this ain't gonna be allowed.
Right.
He ain't gonna be able to walk the streets. He's not gonna be able to exist. You understand?
No.
So all that trauma that you're gonna see at that Christmas family dinner, all of that trauma that you're gonna see at that Thanksgiving dinner, all that trauma that you're gonna be reminded of at that New Year's party at grandma's house,
right,
and your pop's house and your mama's house and your auntie house. Yeah, come on, Bob. Yeah, he's here, but he's here. They're telling you that he's there.
Right.
They're telling you that the S-ayer is there.
Don't worry about him.
Don't worry about him.
Ignore him.
Ignore him. Come on, bro. Come on. I mean, how long are we going to accept the sexual deviants?
Right.
The sexual predators in our society, man. The Christian church allows it. You know why? You know why the Christian church allows it? Because your politicians allow it.
Mm-hmm.
Because your oppressor allows it. Because the unaliver of the earth allows it. You understand?
Right.
Guess what? When the righteous are in authority, we will not allow it. We will not allow it. Guess what? You protected here in the Israelite School of UPK.
Right.
You protected here in the UPK. You should pray to God that the chariots come down and put us in authority. You know why? Because we want to make sure justice is going to be brought to the earth. You understand?
Right.
Under the Most High's authority, under Christ's authority. You understand? That's why this school is so important. That's why this Bible, these prophecies, everything that we bringing out on a daily is important. Why is that? Because it's not only for the entire nation, but it is for you. It is for the trauma that you felt, the trauma that you went through,
Right.
the trauma that your family had to suffer. We don't even recognize that, Nathan. They don't recognize that though.
We should be protecting our own.
Come on.
We allowing unalivers and essayers, you understand, to protect us. You understand? What essayer or unaliver will protect anybody? It's part of their nature to do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
We got to understand that. We keep saying, well, we keep putting ourselves in that position, or we always believe it's something that we did.
Right.
You understand? It can never be that they posed or put us in situations or created conditions for us to fall into that. You understand?
Exactly.
I'm not saying that, you know, we shouldn't fall for that. You understand? I'm not saying that the people are right, that, you know, everybody is right that it happened to. You understand? Because we know that a lot of us take on what our oppressor does.
And if I could, it's so perfect what you just said. Nobody ever asked this question with them. Who made that person that way?
Right.
Who made that unaliver that way? I'm talking about as far as our nation. Who made that young man that aggressive? Who made that young woman fast? How was a 13-year-old child fast? Nobody ever asked that?
Right.
Nobody asked, why is a 12-year-old fast? Why an 11-year-old is fast?
Right.
You know why? Because she was M-worded.
Right.
She was S-stayed. That's why she's fast. Now, when are we going to go after the person like Matt here that made that sister, that young woman, fast? That made that young man a homosexual? When are we going to go after men like Matt? What's his last name again? Like
Gates.
Matt Gates. I gotta think, Bill. And then I'll get it.
You know,
Gates. When are we going to go after people like Gates in our community that stop creating fast women, that stop creating homosexuals?
right.
Everybody understands that, right?
Yeah, they understand that.
Come on, man.
They definitely understand that.
So, you had anything to add on the story? I'm gonna get some more. I didn't even start. We didn't even start reading that.
We didn't even read that.
I'm so pissed off.
Yeah.
You understand? These goddamn devils. 1 second. Hello? You at 3430 Eastern Avenue? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we on Eastern Avenue. Yeah, I see. Yeah, Highlands right there. We get on Eastern. It's between Compton and Highland. Now you see that Bank of America? Yeah, go ahead and park. Go ahead and park. You parked already? You see the mattress store? You right beside. You see the shield in the window? Is the door open? All right, go send somebody down there to open the door. All right, hey, Matan, go open that door for me real quick. No doubt. So look, we're gonna read a little bit more of this article here. But these people are not going to be allowed to roam the streets. Y'all bear with me 1 second. Bear with me 1 second. We lost connections. But these people ain't going to be able to roam the streets, you understand? Grab this here. It says the House Ethics Committee found evidence that former Representative or Republican Matt Gaetz paid tens of thousands of dollars to women for intercourse or drugs on at least 20 occasions, including paying a 17-year-old for intercourse in 2007, according to panel's report on the Florida Republican released Monday. The committee concluded in its bombshell document that Gaetz violated Florida state's laws, including the state statutory R-word law, as the GOP-led panel chose to take the rare step of releasing a report about a former member who resigned from Congress. And again, you're not going to see this. This may not be on your FYP on TikTok. This not be in your algorithm. Why is this not on your algorithm? Because your algorithm is garbage. Your algorithm is love and hip hop, strife, beef, garbage. You need to take time to follow proper journalism. If you take the time to follow proper journalism, you'll be tuned in to current events. Shalom, brother. You'll be tuned into current events. You'll be tuned into national headlines. You'll be tuned into international headlines or local headlines.
Right.
But you tuned into love and hip hop. You tuned into garbage. You know what I mean? This is a former congressman. This is their nature. This is their culture. You understand? How long are we going to follow a nation and the people that behave this way?
Right.
Now, I can see with them if they was upright and just and moral and had some type of moral conduct.
Right.
But we're talking about SAers. We're talking about SAers here in Congress and positions of power here.
Mm.
You had anything on the story?
Yeah, they use their positions of power too. We also know, in talking on that, what do they call it? The pedophile law.
Come on.
Pedophile law, they're trying to drop it to age 12.
Gee.
And eventually they want to get it down to age 8, where it's consensual.
Can I say something on this? I recently, I don't know if it was several months ago, I went to this trial. Let's say trial from a sister that was being molested from the age of 7 into her teens. I went to it myself. I was live and direct.
Right.
And the argument was not was she essayed or anything like that. It was the age certain specific events happened.
Right.
In her teenage years. You understand? This is a nation of people, a system that is absolutely incapable of being just. They got loopholes.
Everything in their culture, we know everything is in their culture. It's what they do. You understand? By nature. You understand? That's how Valentine's Day was created.
Right.
Bunch of people running
There
around,
you go.
what they call it, essaying each other. You understand? Assaulting and essaying each other. That's the history around Valentine's Day. You understand? It's a part of their culture. Everything that's happening in America today, all the illegal things that are happening in America today, is based around their customs and culture.
Right.
This is the reason why they let it go on so long within that Catholic Church, because that was a part of their custom. If they did it, they knew it was spread amongst everybody else. And then what do we do when it happens to us? We keep it hush, just like the Catholic Church does. And now all of a sudden we all blown out.
600 plus cases. If I could, I'm gonna let you go.
Go ahead.
600 plus cases just here on Cathedral Street. Just here on Cathedral Street, the cathedral is
right
a building adjacent from the cathedral that's affiliated with the cathedral. Okay. 600 plus cases of SA on children. 600 plus. But you know what they come after? They come after the Israelite School of UPK. Moral men, fighting for morality, fighting for justice, fighting for actual liberation from a people that actually need it, that's actually captive, that's actually oppressed. You understand? I mean,
because we speak on it too much.
We speak on it.
We speak on it too much.
I thought we love the Bible.
You know, we speak on it too much. I
thought we like the Bible. Hey. I thought we love God. I thought we love we talk all this wokeness and this liberation stuff, right? And when we really go dive into it and start pointing things out, now we a hate group.
It's the hypocrisy. Think about it. When they got you in court, they got you with your hand on the Bible.
Come on.
We got to separate church and state, right?
Come on.
They do everything when it's convenient for them. It's convenient for us. It's no go between. It's no in between. It's no gray area. It's either this or that. You understand?
Oh.
If it goes against them, then it's that.
Now look, hey, we coming up on 7 o'clock. This is the second. Let me hey, I want to go into Biden. You want to run over like 10 minutes?
Go ahead.
I want to go into Biden. Pull this real quick for me, real quick.
You don't want to hit this.
Damn, you want to hit the Panama.
Which one you want to hit?
Let me pull up a history of the Panama Canal.
Okay, I had that.
Trump and then Trump. You want to get that one, or you want to get Biden?
You want to do the history of the Panama Canal?
Well, it's an article. Let me pull it. I'm gonna show y'all something before we roll. I want to hit something that that came up in the headlines today that you might not see. You may not see this on TikTok or Facebook or your social medias or any major headlines, but it's out there and it's coming out right now. But this is your international news of late. I'll put it that way. Well, I got it here if you want to read it from here.
Oh, okay.
I got it there.
All right.
Let me drop this article here.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
See what that is?
Yeah, definitely. I've been knowing the history of the Panama Canal for a while. This is crazy right here. You know what, Cap? I could have actually pulled it up on mine.
You want to put it up on yours?
Yeah.
That's fine. But I'm gonna show you something. And this is why this is this new here. By the way, brother, this is our second show, the One West News Desk here in Baltimore. And again, as I mentioned earlier, this in the show, it's imperative that we obtain these headlines because we are on a daily saturated with garbage. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. Here you go. I
We
got it.
saturated with garbage. We saturated with loving hip hop and anything housewives. You should just discard. Anything that's a housewives in the title is garbage.
Right.
You understand? It's trash. And maybe I don't know. I don't understand how people find that entertaining. I don't listen. That's your thing. You want to watch that? That's you.
It's a woman's show.
It's a woman show. Maybe that's it.
I mean,
maybe that's the issue.
Something that can easily grasp a woman's mind. You understand? Women, and I'm not talking about all women, but women in general think emotionally. Everything is about emotional. Men naturally think rationally. You understand? And shows like that where explosions can happen and things just jump off and all the kind of drama that you can bring in pops off. That's what captures the woman's mind. You understand? And then if you're a man and you follow your woman, you can easily be caught up in that. It's just like the Adam and Eve story.
Hey, look,
you understand?
Shout out chat on TikTok. We over 1,000 likes. Clap it up. We over 1,000 likes. I see that in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
It's just like Adam and Eve. You understand? When you allow your woman to lead you, we go down that path of destruction. Right. This is what happens to us. It's in the Bible and it's in real life. We see it every day. Right. We see these things happen every day. Right. This is the reason why it's important for a man to find a solid woman. If she's not solid, you have to groom her into that solidness. And every woman out here, we all are in captivity. So it's a good chance you may not get a woman that's already solid. We have to work with our women, just like our women got to work with us. You understand? Because we're not the perfect thing. We're not the best thing in the world. You understand? Not till we get into this truth. You understand? Once you begin to follow this truth, then that solidarity comes in. You understand? All right. You ready for me?
We got 5 minutes till your class.
You wanna
I want to go into it.
Okay. All right.
I want to go to it.
Okay. A history of the Panama Canal and why Trump can't take it back on his own.
If I could, before we start,
go ahead.
Just a little backdrop on the Panama. America had it was like a 100-year deal.
Yeah,
it's a 100-year deal with Panama, where we can trade and move back and forth in that region. You understand?
Corridor, right?
That 100 years was up, so Panama was like, all right, bet. We're going to hike up this price. We're going to get some bread for our nation.
Right. Take care of
because listen, it was a deal.
Right.
Back then, the deal was like, listen, Panama needed that bread. It wasn't the best deal. Now, Panama getting back. Well, I don't want to say getting back, but getting the worth from that region of the world. You understand? That canal. So, Biden trip. I'm not Biden, but
Trump
is like, listen, you better get back. Trump hate the northern tribe.
Right.
He hated what my northern tribe Panama? Where you at? Zebulon. All right.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Listen, another thing on that, right? We have to understand what America is. America. Oh, you know what?
No. Please expound. Right. Please expound.
It's another thing we have to understand what America is. America has never fulfilled any treaty that they have ever had with anybody, whether it be the Native Americans, the Guatemalans, whether it be the Afghans, the Iraqis, the Serbians, nobody. Every treaty that America sets with any country, America has broken those treaties. Right. Even with the European Union. The people that are supposed to be on their side. We just said it, Cap just said it earlier that, even with their own, they treat their own as though they don't know them. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to be leery when a Trump comes and says, they have to be fair with us. That means that United States may try to take that Panama Canal back. So we got to watch that. That's a story that needs to be watched. If that 100-year treaty is up.
Check the cameras from
Come on, sir.
My bad. Hey,
go ahead.
You said the 100-year joint is up. So look, we in that Panama real quick. I want to read this real quick, and I'm bringing this up because in this new podcast we're doing, You see 1,000 podcasts, which is cool. It's entertaining though. It's entertainment, right? But when are we going to get? When are we going to bring proper international news to Black folk? Everybody want to talk about Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, blase blase, boo boo boo. I want everybody to know what I'm listening to.
Right.
Because myself and Thumb and a lot of brothers in school, I'm listening to NBC. I'm listening to Bloomberg.
Right.
I'm listening to Fox News. I'm listening to all these international things. Here you go. I'm listening to all these international news. But here in the Israelite School of UPK, I understand how it applies to Black people. How these international things, how this war applies to Black folk, applies to Hispanic and Native Indian.
Right.
This is important. And then, of course, Commander and I'll be bringing it up. You understand?
Definitely. That's tonight at 9:00.
So
that's Black.
I don't want to run into your class too much, but we can get some more of this article though.
Okay.
Get some more of this article.
All right. Let's see. A history of the Panama Canal and why Trump can't take it back on his own. All right. Come on, man.
Got a student
somebody at the door.
Go get that. Grab that.
Tell him, Consul.
Teddy Roosevelt once declared the Panama Canal one of the feats to which the people of this republic will look back with the highest pride. More than a century later, Donald Trump is threatening to take back the waterway from the same republic. Just like the treaties that, I'm going to ask you this, young man. How many treaties did America keep with the North American Indians? You familiar with that? I give you the answer. Not one. Not one. They lied to, I don't know why they did this. They lied to us in elementary school. To children. You understand? Shalom, brother. But they lied to us in elementary school. Why would they lie to children? Hey, shalom, brother. You go ahead and have a seat right here. We better wrap this podcast up and get into the class. But I think I lost my footing here.
Oh, okay. But
they talked about the treaty.
There we go.
But why? I asked this brother right here. Why did they lie to children in elementary school? I'll give you the answer. I'm talking about specifically about Native Indians. It's called grooming. They groomed you to believe that America was just. They groomed you to believe that America's right and just, and we all came together and we all had dinner and turkey. When them goddamn pilgrims was a bunch of goddamn unalivers. They was some unalivers, man.
Yeah.
They lied to us, and then we got old. He was like, I don't know about that story. They had you painting turkey. They got I had to send my rave up to the school.
How much time we got?
I'll give you 4 more minutes.
In 1629, they had something called the Pooh Monkey Peace Talks, right?
Come on, Virginia.
Yeah. The Pooh Monkey Peace Talks. And the Pooh Monkey Peace Talks, the pilgrims, set up a peace talks with the Native Indians where they would have a feast after the peace talks. After they did those peace talks, and I believe it was 1629, after the peace talks, everybody was eating and they poisoned the wine. And they let all of the Native Indians drink that wine. And the ones that didn't succumb to that wine, they bludgeoned to death. And then they celebrated. Guess what they celebrated? Thanksgiving. Every time they destroyed a Native American tribe, they would celebrate Thanksgiving. Then Abraham Lincoln changed it to once a month. Then he eventually changed it to once a year. So just think about every time you destroy a Native American tribe, you have Thanksgiving. Think about how many tribes were destroyed. Destroying so many tribes that they couldn't celebrate every other day or every 3 days. So they changed it to once a month, then changed it to once a year. They also have a native.
That's how much unaliving was being done.
That's how much unaliving was being done. So when you celebrate Thanksgiving, you're celebrating the unaliving of the Native American Indians. You understand? That's just like them celebrating the day we got brought over here in slavery. You understand? In actuality, we're celebrating the death of our own family members. You understand? Because they are one of the tribes. You understand? Where's
Top left.
right here.
Hold on.
Gad
Where
over
we
here.
at?
Right here. Gad.
Okay, yeah, right there.
North American, the Rubens, Neftali, all the Argentines. Listen, Christopher Columbus came over at 16, what was that, 1611, took no, excuse me, I said 1611, 1492. In 1492, and took 1,100 Taino Indians, took them down and dispersed them all up and down Central and South America. That's where you get all of those tribes, that Zebulon and Guatemala and Panama, the Dominicans and all of that. That's where all of those come from. That's history. That's real history. We don't understand the things that we celebrate. Go ahead, Cap.
If I could, and when you go on the records, the translators that he had was telling them they speak in Hebrew.
Right.
What was they at? Did they hit Puerto Rico first?
Wasn't that what? That wasn't Squanto, was it?
I'm not sure. I gotta go into the book.
Okay.
I gotta go to the book.
Okay.
But they were speaking Hebrew. But let me you want to close it on that?
Yeah, let's close it on that because I want her to get it
class.
live. Yeah.
What's your topic?
I ain't had one, but we're gonna be talking about getting into these customs and cultures of America with this Christmas coming up and things like that.
But listen, this is the second episode. I thank everybody for joining this podcast, this new thing we got going on. You're gonna get all the headlines. You're gonna get the international news, the national news, and the local news that's pertaining to you, Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, the true biblical Jew of this book. You understand? So please join us next time every Monday night at 6 p.m. to 7. We'll be bringing you the news and also the breaking news anytime it feels like breaking.
Right.
You understand? With that, shalom. I'm gonna leave you with this. Bear with me 1 second.
Well, that's to close out.
I'm gonna close this out with this here.
Okay.
Boom. Wrap it up, yeah.
Now we gotta get into some class. Let me set myself up. Funerals, and we want to cry and weep over what we are already doing in the abortion clinic. Hard to believe.
Come on, brother.
It's true.
I know you got
Think about it, right? Since 1973, 72 or 73, when Roe versus Wade first kicked in the high gear, 20 million black babies aborted.
They had I gotta repeat some of it. They had a message to Israel last month. Go ahead. They was ordered to take specific steps in this war. Close that out with that.
Yeah. Okay.
We got some good views on this too.
You say you got it pumped up there.
Yeah,
Huh?
100%.
Yeah. This is history class. A lot of times we get into history. Sometimes we get into breaking scripture down and stuff like that and give people understanding. If y'all have a question or anything like that, feel free, you know what I mean, to ask your question. If I can't answer it, definitely my captain can answer. You feel me?